Hey, yo, it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk. Guys, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. On this episode of World of Tanks, we have Kapri in his TS5. I like this TD, man. I also like that Kapri uses his W key. Well, not right now, but we'll get to that. Initially, he comes up to this little camping spot here in these bushes. This is a well-known TD sniper spot, sniper nest, TD nest, whatever you want to call it. And he is here on, was this Westfield? Yes, Westfield. He spawned in. It's pretty much the southwest, but he was actually spawned up top. Thank goodness he didn't spawn down in the pit. I wish they would fix the spawns on this map, but that's a whole other subject. Comes into the sniper nest, and this is not a bad spot for this tank. This is a great assault TD. One of the best. This, the Turtle, a couple others, even the T-28. Now, I mentioned the W key. The W key. Some people, especially TD players, are very unfamiliar with its function, other than it drives them to a sniper spot to sit for most of the game. Well, he's used his W key so far to good effect as far as getting into his spot, but we're going to watch him change what he's doing here in just a bit. Now, for me, I like to take this tank, especially on this map, and get up there and start punching people in the face. Of course, you run the risk of getting tracked by the arty or by other tanks, getting sniped on your hatch by hold down guys with good depression, things like that. But if you sit back here for a moment and you start to win, then eventually you go, all right, I need to use my W key. And unfortunately, what we see from a lot of casemate players is they never really get to that part of, hey, let's drive forward. So he's dropped 1,446, has done a nice job of sorting these dudes out. Unfortunately, misses that shot, would have been a nice chunk. And they're starting to win up top. They've got a slight advantage 5-4. Looks like there's only 3 tanks lit, maybe some TDs. Potentially the Turtle is in the back. Nope, actually the Turtle's lit, so there's only 3 there. They're relatively low hit points, and my only criticism here, Kapri, is you needed to be moving out much earlier than that. About the time you took that shot that got you to 1446, I'd have charged forward. But it's all good because he's eventually going to come to that conclusion and start moving. And that's where we're going to start talking about that, whatever finger you use. I tend to use that one, right? The naughty finger. That's the one that I use to press the W. If you're a WASD, left-handed person with that kind of deal, and you drive your tank forward. Here we go. You drive your tank forward. Here goes Kapri using his W key. Now let's watch how far Kapri drives going to the hit points. And I cannot stress enough how important that is in this game to gathering up damage and getting better. Even in a slow tank, how many times have you, and I know for me it's a bunch, talked to somebody and said, why are you still sitting there? Well, I'm too slow. My tank's too slow. I can't get to those points. And I am always left wondering, are you actually kidding me? Even the slowest tank can press W and go towards the hit points. Now, clearly that is done at the right time. You don't want to just press W and YOLO into people and die. That's not my point. Never has been, never will be. However, in a case like this, here's a great situation. They've won the top. Look at it. In the top left of the minimap, right? Look at the minimap. There it is. They have won this flank. All they have to do is clean up. Watch this shot. I cannot believe you hit that shot. If you look at the setup here, there's not a lot of enemy TDs. So probably not expecting anyone really to be in those bushes back there. They'd have most likely been spotted by now. So he's just pressing W and going at these guys. This poor renegade, just like, oh my God, please get me out of here. But nope, he gets twice third person, and down he goes. And God bless you, Kapri, and your W. You know what I mean? Get the W out, hammer down on the accelerator, and go towards the hit points and play the tank game. You know, I have seen it. You see this situation going on, and there's still TDs back in the corner, and you're like, what are they doing? What are they doing? Now, there is a slight argument for you Wing back towards your cap, which it looks like most of your guys are doing. That probably goes against one of my most basic rules. So I think I would have been going that way or moving through the town with the 53 and the T-34 as opposed to coming back here and pushing in this way. But let's see what happens here. We're actually going to speed this up because it takes a while to find anybody. And to his credit, he's not going to the cap. He's just coming around behind these guys and attempting to flank, which is pretty funny if you consider how slow this tank is. But that's what's happening. A tree down right there. Very interesting. somebody it must be there. I'm curious why he wasn't seen. There we go. T-92. Oh my gosh, a scout. I mean, he's taking on a scout. Look at that. I don't know what happened right there. That was his view. I don't know. I cannot figure out what was going on with that crazy third-person shooting, but it seemed to have worked for him. He's at 3,383 damage. Are you kidding me? This is a TS5. He has gone from over here spawning all the way around, almost all the way around the map. At least a 180 around the map. Watch, this is a great shot. He just takes that chance at it. Let's just pixel snipe that guy. Completely deserved. Takes down the artillery and goes up here and says, well, I think there's a Super Pershing hiding out here. I know the Udez is on the side. Oh, there's the Super Pershing. Let's take a little snap-a-lap-a ding-dong on that. Holy cow, how did he make that shot? When it works, fellas. When it works, it works. And it was a heat shot. I'm so surprised it didn't get eaten by the tracks. That's what happens when I shoot heat at the side of a tank with a big track profile like that. Boom, another shot right through the armor. Heat says, I don't care. That time it bounces. I think right here I'd have charged at him, Kapri. I understand you're probably trying to keep the distance and not wanting to get flanked or tracked or whatever, but it's just him. You've got a sniper over on the other side as well. You know, I don't know. I think I would have gone right at this guy. We're just going to speed this up because it takes a while to get this going. There we go. Pushing on in. Pushing on in. W all the way. 4 kills. 4,305 damage. Are we going to get the last kill on this guy? We're just going to go right at this guy like a spider monkey. And down he goes. 4,000. Why are spider monkeys that aggressive? I know it's from not Days of Thunder. It was Ricky Bobby, right? Ricky Bobby. That's not what the movie was called, but anyway, it'll come to me later. 5 kills, 4,611. I thought it was a great example of casemate assault TD play. An initial position to support, that's fine. Casemates are hard to move up forward. This happens to be a map and a position up in the northwest that you can actually do it with, but still, not a bad decision, and drop 1,400 damage, keeping the enemy from really having any kind of ability to come up and over and start shooting down on his own guys. A little bit of late decision to push forward, but when he did, got absolutely in their face and started wrecking them. And I think I would have gone back to the back through the buildings like I was talking about with the rest of your team, but it turned out to be not a bad idea because you came up and were able to sweep these guys out over here. And I just wanted to touch on that too, because this is a really slow tank, and most people would say, well, that's not how you do it. You just hide in a bush. No, absolutely not, man. If you want to get better at this game, you want to drop 4,611 damage, you got to go get it. It's very inoften that it comes to you, and in fact, you can actually do it in a slow casemate TD as shown by Kapri right there in that situation. So it was a great example, Kapri. Thanks for sending that. That's really a lot of what I'm talking about when I'm talking about how to do more damage in this game, how to get better at this game. It really is encapsulated in, this is a kind of non-standard tank for using W and being aggressive in your face. And granted, it is an assault TD, so it's a little bit more than most glass cannons, but even with glass cannons, they've got the mobility to move around. Use the W key, guys. It is amazing what you will find if you get up in their face and start shooting them instead of waiting for them to come to you. Thanks for tuning in. That's all I've got. We will see ya.